Hey guys, Uni here, bringing you a fairly new MOC. He's been sitting around for a little while now, but here I have Irone. So for those of you who don't know, this guy was my entry to Custom Hero Factory Wiki's most recent contest, known as the March Weaponry Contest. See, this guy's fairly old now. So this contest, made by user Chinese Legolas, or as most of the users know him as, Bub, he created this contest in order to gain some new members for his organization known as the Civicry. And the contest prompted us to create new members, clearly, with a whole bunch of weapons, big, small, of all kinds. And he wanted us to challenge ourselves and create whatever we could think of. So I decided for my entry, I wanted to make a giant backpack with a whole bunch of different weapons. It's probably just the most random things in there. And that was that. Let's just go straight into it. So at the time of this recording, the contest has ended, and it's been a while since it ended actually. And sadly I did not win, but I just wanted to see what I could come up with, and here we go. And I think he turned out pretty good. I even got a pretty good rating for him. So I guess I'll just give you guys a closer look at him. So right here he has a special glove. Actually, I don't really know any specific details of it. I just made it, and yeah, this is just a glove and it latches on. It's not his actual hand. I'd like to point that out. Decent articulation in the arms. On the other side, he just has a regular fist. And for his legs, they are really just beefed up, barely beefed up Hero Factory limbs. Same cladding and all that. Now, as for his torso, it's mainly just a build on to a regular hero torso, so I'm not really going to go into that much, just because. So probably one of his most interesting features is his head. He uses the white Vaki headpiece along with a whole bunch of add-ons. And here we have his headpiece. So as you can see, yes, it is the white Vaki headpiece, and it has a whole bunch of Technic pieces on it. So over here he has this beam right here, and it turns out if you flip this thing up ever so slightly, it turns into an awesome eyepiece. And on the other side he has another one, which kind of acts as a, I'm not sure what you classify that as. Maybe it's a breathing apparatus. I don't know. I didn't see anything for it. And on the back of his head, he uses these Hero Factory spikes. 2 of them. So now I guess we'll get into the interesting part. The weapons. So as you can see on his sides, he has these two of these blades. These are for him to wield, and whether he chooses to do one or two at the same time, builds them just like that. Pretty simple. And basically these are his main melee weapons. So now we move on to the more complex ones. So here we have Irone's backpack of weapons. He has a whole bunch of stuff just latched onto there. And so here we have all of his weapons sprawled out across with his actual backpack at the top. So I guess we'll go from left to right. Over here we have his basic lance, which actually has an energy launcher attached to the top, and I'll give you a demonstration in a minute, but these are actually his ammo. These are twin flame cannons, which actually attach to his right hand, and they spew out fire. Missiles, which are these right here. These go in here, and they don't actually fire, but they're just for display. And on the right we have the big one, which is actually not that big. It's just a low-powered Gatling machine gun, whatever you want to call it. Pretty basic. And last but not least, we have the double-barreled wrist gun, which this actually attaches to his wrist, and it flips around, right? So you'll have the gun right here, flip it around, there you have a wrist spike. Those are his weapons of his massive backpack. So it is time to show off Irone. It's time to show him off with all his weapons on hand. So I'll just go down the line. First up, we have his energy lance, and he uses one of these energy ammo, and it just fits into the meteor blaster, thorn axe launcher, whatever you want to call it, like so. And maybe I could do this right here. Just pinch it like you would anything else, and it actually fires. I found that to be really interesting. I was just playing around with some random bionicle joints, and that happened. So I thought it would be a really cool idea for ammo. So he just stores these in this little compartment of his backpack, like so. And as for the energy lance, this thing actually goes across the top on the other side, like that. So next up, we will show off these. So really, these things are really basic. Clip onto his hand, like so, and bam! They spew fire. Yeah, it's kind of lame, but spews fire. So these things actually fit in right here, and they fold down like so. This one will go in on this side. Really, I might have to go through a couple things like that, but they fold down just like that, and they stay like that. Really cool. So next up, we have his really cartoony launcher. So basically, he will hold it in his hand, point, fire. Nothing much to it. Oh yeah, and you could take one of these and just put it in right there. There you go. You have a missile slash torpedo launcher. Same thing right here. These things both have the same design. I don't know, maybe you guys want to see these things up close again? Come on, focus. Yep. Easy as that. Just a couple gears, some Technic stuff. Pretty cool. So these things actually go on really interesting as well. These things will latch in because of that Technic axle. It will just fit in right here because they have a system end, right? The stud end on them. It will just fit in right there at the bottom because, take this off, is actually attached by one of these double pin holders. Really cool. And the gun itself will actually just fit in right here. So now you see how it's coming together, right? The next up we have the big one, his machine slash Gatling gun, low powered. Basically, he just holds it like so, like any other. Bam! Yeah, simple as that. So pull that off. And how you equip it? Right in the other hole. Ta-da! And last but not least, we have the double-barreled wrist cannon slash wrist spike. This thing will latch on to his left wrist, actually. If you flip around, wrist spike. Flip around again. Yep. Pretty awesome. And so, finish this backpack off. This will attach right into the pinhole on his energy lance, actually. Like that. And that is how you assemble his backpack. And this thing will actually all attach onto his back. Right here. Okay, so at the beginning of the video, I did forget to mention that in addition to being a part of the contest, Bub also gave our creations nicknames, or additional last names. So he was renamed Irony Crankshaft. Yeah, pretty awesome. But I think that covers everything. So I'd like to thank you for watching if you were able to actually stay this whole time. I know this wasn't the most interesting of reviews, but I thought this would be a really cool guy to show off because I will probably be disassembling him because he takes up a crap ton of parts and I need them back. So, with that said, I will end off this video, and I will see you guys in another video. So, see you next time. Uni, out.